La 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 la. La 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 la. She really hates him, it's really true.
Testing 1 2 3. Testing 1 2 3. Welcome to My Wife Hates Me. 1 2 3.
You really put the emphasis on me on that
Yeah,
one.
because it rhymed. 1 2
Oh,
3. My wife hates me.
Oh, okay,
You
got
see
it.
that? Start off with a little rhyme. 9/11. What's today's date? 23 years later. Where were you in 9/11? Do you remember? You were in L.A., right?
Yeah.
Do you remember what you were doing that day?
Yeah, I was supposed to get up and go to work. I was hungover. They called me and they said, "Are you watching TV?" And I was like, "No." I was just
Well, because it was 3 hours earlier, too, right? I wonder what time. Yeah, it was probably like 9 o'clock.
9 o'clock,
Yeah.
10 o'clock. I don't know. I was still in bed. I probably had to be at work in 15 minutes. And she goes, "Well, turn on your TV. You don't have to come to work today." And I just went back to sleep for a while. Is that crazy?
I guess the impact in LA wasn't as much as New York because it was across the country. So, no, I mean, it was, you could see it here.
I know.
What?
What an
Not the impact.
interesting thing to say.
Not the impact, the awareness or.
Of course
like, it's
not.
just-
Yes, there's distance. There's
It's like-
actual physical distance.
Yeah, when there's an earthquake and.
I didn't know. She didn't tell me what happened. She said, "Turn on your TV." I didn't have a TV. I actually had to go over to my neighbor's, and then I watched it with my neighbor. And my neighbor was bawling her eyes out by the time I got there. It took me a while to get up to speed on, like, emotionally what was happening.
Yeah, with me too. Because I was playing golf and then they closed the course.
And I'm sure you were, then just be honest, were you yelling about them closing the course?
No, but I was upset because I was playing decent that day.
Oh,
And I didn't
my
know. I
God.
thought it was just some little plane. And then,
Even if a little plane hit the World Trade Center.
well, then it could have been an accident or a bad, And then they closed it. I went home. On my way home, I stopped and picked up 2 cartons of cigarettes in case I couldn't leave the house and watch the news. And I remember Billy Gardell left a message, or I hope everything's okay, whatever. It's the only one. And
Yeah.
then going into New York after that, it was so, like, we went on the site like a week later. I knew a cop. He drove me and Norton on the site, and you could still see the smoke, or maybe 2 weeks later. But it was crazy, crazy. And the world's crazy now. We watched that debate last night. People said that she had ear things in.
I'm sure they both do.
Earrings. Huh?
I'm sure they both do.
With people feeding them stuff.
I mean, I don't know. Probably.
knows?
Why wouldn't you if you have the technology?
Well, then you're not answering the questions yourself.
I mean,
I don't know.
it's like steroids. It's like, well, you're not winning the.
Oh, they're banned. Steroids are banned in sports.
Oh, people still use them. They know how to do steroids now very, very well, so that, like, they know how to cycle them so that they're not being detected.
A lot of people, when they watched the debate last night, said, "This reminds me of steroids."
Listen, you bring up the earpiece. None of it matters. It's so silly.
Yeah, none of it. Even the debate.
It's like, which puppet do you want?
Yeah, one lied, the next one told a better lie than that lie. And
I didn't even hear one thing about policy. I didn't hear one thing about anything. You're not getting any information that's, like, helpful to you.
I didn't know immigrants were eating dogs. I didn't know
Okay, that one.
I did read
Lock up your animals.
in one city that immigrants were taking ducks out of the pond and eating them. I mean, duck. It's a little fatty. I don't like duck.
Ew, the ducks here, what they eat. Ugh.
I don't know.
A city duck. Well, people eat pigeon.
No, they don't. Who eats pigeons?
I mean, I think there's even a new NYC restaurant that sells it.
No way.
You want me to look it up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's true.
I'll have the pigeon. Hold on. We got to go outside and get one.
Yeah, you could watch somebody grabbing one outside your window.
Oh. I remember when Raina was young, we were in New York for something, killing time, and we were feeding the pigeons. We had a great time.
Oh, good.
Yeah.
Okay, wait. Is there a restaurant in New York City that sells pigeon?
Yeah. In Chinatown. They do make some good food down there.
Squab or young pigeon is often considered a delicacy and is served in fine dining restaurants. There are more than 300 species of pigeons. Is pigeon meat healthy? It's classified as a good nutritional food for the elderly and children. Well, I don't know why the elderly and children. Their taste
That's because
buds.
they don't know. They're either too young or senile and going, oh, this tastes like chicken. Like, what would you do if you were in a restaurant and they told you it was this or that and it was something else?
I'm
Then
sure it happens all the time.
Then you'd be eating at my sister's house.
Do you know that, like, calamar, as you say, some people say calamari. A lot of times, supposedly,
It's hiney.
yes,
What kind of hiney?
it's pork hiney or pig asshole.
I don't think they're going to get away with that. I think that's a myth. You can look that up.
Okay, I'll look that one up.
Today is look-up day here at My Wife Hates Me.
Is calamari sometimes pork butt? Most countries, in fact, calamari. Okay. Is calamari pig rectum?
Ew. Wrecked him. Killed him.
0 instances of this. It's a
It's a myth. What do they call that?
urban myth?
An urban myth.
Legend?
Or a wise tale? No, wise tale is good.
Are you saying wise? W-I-S-E?
Yeah.
I've never heard that. A wise tale?
Yeah, why? What is it?
A wives' tale? W-I-V-E-S?
Like a wife?
Like an old wives' tale?
Well,
Did you always think it was old wives' tale?
It's either one. You can use either one. It's a wise tale.
I've never heard wives' tale.
Look it up. Today's look-up day, I told you.
Is there a saying old wise tale? It's old wives' tale. It changed it. It's like,
Is there a wise tale?
no. Do you say old wives' tale or old wives' tale? The phrase old wives' tale, there's no quibble about it.
Well, all right.
Old wives' tale.
So you're
Meaning is that's more like
a nag. It's like a wife nagging and it turned into a tale. Like, stop this, that'll happen. You know, someone in the 1800s, some lady was like, oh, wipe your feet or we'll all get, dysteria or something or whatever disease.
dysentery.
Yeah, and then that turned into a wives' tale, right?
I thought old wives' tale was like, oh, if you put garlic in your socks before bed, you won't get a cold.
Yeah, someone said, hey, the guy had a cold, and she goes, put garlic in your socks, right? That's where it starts.
I just made that up. I don't know what that's saying. I know people put onions in their socks
Oh,
before bed, and it pulls out all the toxins out of your body, supposedly.
so does the sauna,
Yeah.
right?
The sauna's more fun, probably, than sleeping with socks. The onions in your socks.
Yeah, I know, that would stink. All right, what do you want to talk about? Do you have anything going on? What's going on with you?
Nothing. I started a new sewing project. Oh, you bought a new car.
Oh, yeah. My car salesman, whatever. but I got to call him and thank him and say, "Oh, you did great." Even though I don't know, the finance guy was cool. I like the finance guy. Carried stuff
If you don't
over.
have anything interesting to say about the car, you could just move on. You don't have to be like, well, that guy was nice. I owe
Yeah,
him a
well,
call. That's just mutterings like over breakfast. That's not podcast material.
muttering over breakfast. Is that an old wives' tale? Hey, quit muttering over breakfast. Now go out and
Yeah, I
chop
don't think
some
you understand
logs.
what an old wives' tale is.
Yeah, it
Do
starts.
you think women are just here to
Matt,
irritate you?
100%.
Okay.
Except my kids. They don't irritate me. Uh, no, I get in the car. It's the exact same
So it's
car.
just me?
I get in the car.
Okay.
I bought the exact same car I had, only a different color and like 2 years newer. It rides better because it's new, but it's exact. I get in it. It's like, so it's kind of like if I was trying to get some instant gratification or like fill an empty hole, it didn't work because it's the same car, which is kind of good. I was used to that car. I like that car.
Well, you
Now it's
went to a
just,
meeting last night and then you went to a meeting this morning.
yeah,
So
I try to
what are
load
you
up.
trying to do
I
here?
try to load up in the beginning of the week because I got to travel at the end of the week and go to Boston.
But
And
what do the meetings do?
it just keeps you in check. Keeps
Like,
your
are you
memory
really
green.
think you're going to like start drinking again?
No, but
Or
it keeps your memory green.
what does that
Yes.
mean?
I don't want to forget where I came from.
Well, can I bring up a study that they've done?
That you've done or they've done.
No, that I've read about. We can look it up because it's lookup day.
All right.
But it's that going over past traumas is not helpful.
It's not going, it's also carrying the message and helping the newcomer that comes in. It's saying something that might help them. You know, people come in with 2 days, a week, a month, and they're all over the place and their life's in shambles. And they hear,
And you feel better for having helped someone, and that's
Yes.
how it helps you.
yeah, carrying the message. You can't keep what you have unless you give it away in life. Knowledge.
Okay, these
Well,
sayings sometimes really upset me.
I don't care if they upset you because you don't follow them. You might follow them without knowing it. Without
Well,
knowing
you
it.
don't give, you don't.
I give away all the time. I give away all the
What
time.
about
Not my dinner.
a turkey burger?
I don't give that away. Not my dinner.
You're very, yeah, you
Knowledge.
like it, when it comes to food. When we went
How
out
did you turn
for
my
dinner,
positive? Go ahead. Let's hear this.
is it positive? Go ahead,
No, to a
finish it. I'm
negative.
sorry then.
To a negative. I was
No.
saying that helping the newcomer
Okay.
and carrying the message. Okay, what did happen when we went out to dinner? Let's hear this one. What did I
With
do?
Ellen and Amelia, her
Yeah.
daughter.
Yeah.
Amelia's 3, gonna
be
turn 3, and she was hiding her food from you.
Who, Amelia?
Yes,
No, we
because
were
you were.
playing a game that I was
I
going
know,
to,
but you were really taking her
I took
meatballs.
one. I don't eat meatballs. I didn't take her meat. I took a piece
Oh,
of
the
pasta as a joke, and then she was pulling it away and then going like, it was very funny. It was cute. She likes me now. It was fun.
no, you were really eating her pasta.
No, I took one bite.
I saw you putting some on your plate.
No, you.
Did you?
No,
Or did you
no.
not?
I took like 2 on a fork at the most. All right, because I don't eat pasta, so I didn't put any on my plate. So there, but you see things through your eyes, the way you
That's
want to see,
right.
the way you want to see them.
Well, that's all we have is perspective.
Yeah, but so I carry the message and I go to the meetings and I try to load up in the beginning, and and the one meeting today is all comics, so it's good because I can talk about stuff in that meeting that I'm not going to talk about in an in-person meeting with, bunch of fucking iron workers or blue collar people, some, white
What do you
collar.
talk about? Jealousies?
No, whatever.
Stuff that triggers? Do you ever say to them in the meeting, you go, I have this thing where it doesn't matter what my wife tells me. Within 2 sentences, I'm as angry as I've ever been in my entire life. See, here we go.
Yeah.
It's like I
'Cause
just
you're
did
trying
one
to do
sentence. If I do one more, he'll blow up.
I won't blow up, but you do it. You know how to push people's buttons.
I don't know how to
Throughout
push
life,
people's buttons.
You know, you do.
That's not true. I'm not pushing your buttons.
Well, you do it because
Well,
you
I
do it
told
so well.
my friend
Oh, here we go. Who?
some of the instances, and
Like-
she goes, well, what you're doing is, in his mind, you're telling him, you're a bad this, you're a bad that. And I said, I'm not doing that. I'm asking for help, or I'm asking for this or something else. She goes, no, he's hearing it as, you're a bad driver.
Yeah, I like her, whoever it was, and I think I know, but she's smart.
I know, but what if that's not the case? What if I'm not saying you're a bad driver? Okay, so I told her the instance where I was like trying to get ready to go. I had an 8 p.m. spot. You had an 8:45 spot. And I said, oh, the cat still needs to be fed. I was like racing around, and you left.
No, I went, first of all,
You left. You didn't give me a coffee. You left. Okay.
I made the coffee.
I know, but you poured yourself one and left.
I went
Okay.
to get the car ready.
Whatever it is,
Yeah.
Trump, you left.
Oh, okay. Kamala, liar. Exaggerator. Go ahead, exaggerator.
So I'm telling the truth. I'm fully on. I said to you a couple of times, I don't know why you're racing. I am, because we were taking separate cars because he had a much later spot after that, and I didn't want to
We
have to
didn't
stick
take
around.
separate cars that night.
Yes, that.
No, because you carried all this stuff into my car.
No, I'm talking about the next night.
Yeah, and
The next night. Okay. The
But
next
no.
night, that's when we got into the fight. Because then, okay, do you remember this? Okay, so.
No, we got into the fight when you got into my car with all
No,
the stuff.
that was, okay, I'm not bringing up that fight. I'm bringing up the second one where then I called you, if you remember, and I said, and I was trying to be nice. And I said, because I was like, why is he like that? And then I told myself, he's got anxiety. Let him live his life. So then when I called you, I was like, I know that you had to leave early because you have anxiety about being late. And then you go, I don't have anxiety.
Yeah, I don't want to sit in traffic and get anxiety, so I do things to prevent it.
So then I said, yeah, so you're still leaving because of anxiety.
Okay. Here's where
Then he literally, I said that. Can I tell you something?
No.
He went like this on the phone. He goes, I can't remember what you said, but you got really mad and you go, and that's that, and don't call me back. And you hung up.
Okay. Let me tell you, this is where I realized, look, you could see the nuttiness in her head. It like, okay.
From your eyes, from your perspective. I think other people might not see.
Okay, let me
that
tell
nuttiness.
exactly what
Okay.
happened. Exactly to the T.
Okay. Can I interrupt if you're wrong?
Exactly. Friday night, we were driving together, okay? Because Bonnie had an early spot at another club.
Oh, this doesn't have anything to do with it.
I'm going to give the whole
Okay.
scenario. So Friday night, you're right. She had a salad, this, and coffee, and I walked out to the car. There was a reason I walked out a little earlier. I don't remember, but I didn't help her carry anything. And I was wrong, and I admitted it.
No, you're not. For
yeah.
a while, you didn't. You argued back. You were like, I had to do this. I had to
Yeah,
do that.
I-
I don't know. Stop. Leave me alone.
Well, there were certain things I had
you
to do,
you blow
too.
up very
No,
quickly.
I didn't blow up. There were certain things I had to do.
You get mad very
Okay,
quickly.
but there were certain things I had to do. So my mind wasn't being vicious and not helping her carry. My mind was thinking, oh, do what you got to do. Okay. Then we're driving into New York to get to her spot because she was at another club, so we had to leave early. Then she looks at her text. Her show wasn't even that night. It was the next night. We're in New York, headed to the club, and I go, oh, what's the directions?
So we accidentally went an hour early.
No, not we, you. And
Well, I mean, you were with me.
yeah.
So
but
I felt bad about that. I immediately
you
apologized.
You laughed nonstop.
I laughed because it was so dumb, and I said, I'm sorry.
Okay.
And Then I was nice to you all night. I ran around getting you things and
What do
hugging
mean
you
get me
and stuff.
things? What
Yeah.
are you talking about? What did they get?
I kept saying, "Do you want anything? Do you need anything?"
You're not away. There's nothing at the club you can get me, but thank you.
But
I
you
wasn't-
saw that I was being nice. People were like, "Why is she being so nice to you?" And then you
was.
even said, "Why are you being so nice to me?" And then someone said, "It's because she fucked up," which you must have told them.
Well, whatever.
So
Saturday night, we took separate cars. I left early. Okay. I left early, and then this is what happened. She goes, "Oh, because your anxiety." And I explained to her, I
well,
don't
because
want-
I had to leave, and then the cat wasn't fed. There was still
Well,
you never. The night before, I
okay.
said one of
See,
the things that would be helpful is if you just said to me anything I can do.
Okay.
Which you never do. You just walk out, and then you did it again the next
Okay,
night.
here's the thing.
You made yourself a coffee and you left.
No, here's the thing. She goes, "Oh, Raina will feed the cat," because I have no problem.
Well,
feeding the
actually,
cat.
you misunderstood. I said Raina can't feed the cat.
Well, I thought she said Raina can feed the cat, so I have no problem feeding the cat. I like the cat. The cat's my friend. I feed the cat mostly 9 out of 10 mornings.
Oh my God, you sound like Trump. Do you not get that?
Cat's
I'm
my
one of the
friend.
best cat feeders there is.
Yeah. So
I love feeding the cat.
So
People say, if anybody feeds the cat, great, it's me.
yeah,
A lot of people say that. I'm great at feeding the cat.
yeah. If the whole world fed the cat like me, the world would have no problems.
What is that disorder that you also have, apparently?
So
Grandiosity? Go ahead.
curiosity killed the cat.
I think it means like you're scared to say anything negative about yourself in case
That's not true. I said
comes
negative
true or
things.
something.
Oh my goodness.
Okay, go ahead. So you leave.
She calls me. Why'd you leave so earlier? First of all, I left.
I didn't say
I-
that.
no,
I
you
never
don't.
said, why
She
did you
said-
leave so
she
early? I
said,
said,
"Why
I
do you-"
understand.
No. She goes, "I would never go to the club a half an hour before."
You s-
I said,
that's
"I like
not
to
how I
chill."
started the
Yes.
conversation.
Well, but that's what you said. I go, "I like to chill. We're different people. I like to get there early, relaxed before I go on." She likes to just walk in and go on. So we're different. But then she goes, "You didn't feed the cat. You didn't do this." And I yelled,
No, it's not. You're going completely out of order,
No,
but okay.
But I did a million things Saturday. She cleaned out the garage. went
Right,
bush.
but
I go look
nobody's
at what I did.
arguing that
No,
part.
it's- I go look at
I
what
don't
I
go
did.
around like, well, I did
No,
the
don't.
laundry. Like, are we supposed to just
If you
start
did
doing
a mi-
lists?
No, if you did a million nice things, I wouldn't pick out the
I
two
made you a
things.
smoothie. I
I
made you
would've-
food.
No, whoa, the smoothie you didn't make it.
I made lentil soup.
No, you didn't
Yeah.
make me a smoothie. You made smoothies, and there was a frozen one in the freezer that you saved, and I took it. And this
Yes.
is why Bonnie knew she was wrong. I said, "Listen, you're looking for the negative, not the positive. Just don't call me back." And then she writes, "How do you like the smoothie?"
Well, I
So
was
she
laughing
established
because
that.
you got so mad when I
You're
wasn't
right,
even
'cause
trying to
I
have a fight.
busted-
I was on your side. I was saying you have anxiety, so you have to leave early. It's okay.
I'm
That's
saying-
exactly. I was not
That's not why I have
holding
to
your
leave her.
feet to the fire, as they say.
Oh,
in
it
that
is.
instance, I wasn't. You took it as that.
Is that an old wives' tale, holding the feet to the fire?
Yes, if you hold someone's feet to the fire,
Burn.
they have to do what you tell them to do.
Well, whatever. All I know is we got a lot done this week. The garage looks great. We have
It's
new shelves.
insanity living with someone like this. It
It's
really
a-
is.
You don't think I feel that?
I'm sure
It's
you
crazy.
do.
It's
It's like
crazy.
we're different people.
Yeah.
We if we met now,
I wouldn't
if
talk to you.
okay, that's what I was gonna say. Would we be together if we met tomorrow?
Probably because I'm fucking irresistible. And I'm fucking, look at me. Look at that smile.
I'm asking you for real because when we met, I liked being negative and
Well, I'm not
making
negative.
fun of people and
Oh, you stopped that a week ago. Don't act like you don't still do it. You still do it. Where we joke, we make.
I'm
fun
not
of-
saying I don't, but I'm saying like there is a slight difference
not
in
what
how we present now.
Yes, of course, people grow and change.
No,
You know.
you don't.
Oh my!
You've
God.
not changed at all.
You're. I'm
Have
not
you
gonna-
changed?
Yes.
In what way?
Forget it.
I mean, besides the not doing crack.
Oh, look at you.
What?
You just. You know what? You think you're better than me. You're not. We're all good in our own ways.
We are, but some are harder to live with than others.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But
I don't think you're a bad person. I don't think
I'm like a handyman. I'm like a handyman around here.
when I would fire.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. But that's another thing. It's like,
Who fixed the wood
at-
that fell off the porch?
okay, but yes, okay,
I
but these are
fixed it.
little things that you go,
Who put up the shelves?
yes, but
Who cleaned out the garage? Who? It's nonstop.
yes,
things I
but
do.
why wouldn't you? Isn't it? Doesn't it feel better to go like, I'm not the greatest, but I get shit done?
I am good at what I do. There's some stuff I don't approach because I can't. I brought the plants in. I made it so there's room. They
Yes,
look good.
okay, but it's so weird that you need so much
I don't
positive
need- You need that
reinforcement.
more than me. Are you kidding me? Is that
When do I get it?
all the time? I say, great job. Place looks good. Soup is delicious. You know, you look good. Oh, that's a nice
And I
jacket.
never say those nice things to you?
You do say nice things to me. We say nice things to each other. But You
Okay.
just said, when do I get it? And I just
Well, I'm
said,
just saying, like, I think you need,
I don't need
like,
anything.
you can't have any criticism whatsoever.
Well, yeah,
I
but
still,
you have too much criticism. You do. You have more criticism than
positive stuff.
let me
Well,
finish.
it's hard to, listen, I'll tell you one thing.
Okay.
When someone continually pats themselves on the back,
I don't do that.
or when you give them a compliment, they upgrade the compliment, then it becomes harder and harder.
Did you tell me to upgrade my flight to Vegas?
What does that have to do with this?
You like upgrades. You like upgrades. That's what you do. You want upgrades. You think you're going to upgrade from me to someone? Oh, let me.
Is
find-
this
find
what is
someone
what
better?
is this? What someone diagnose this for me, please?
Oh, yeah,
What is it?
diagnosis, Mrs. Upgrade. Whatever.
It's there's he can't be wrong. Like he cannot say, "Oh yeah, I'm not good at that," or "Oh, I'm sorry, I shouldn't have done that."
But what? Yeah, there's certain things I'm not good at. I don't. I just said if I can't do it, I don't do it. Listen. I said, yeah, there's things I can do, and if I can't do it, I don't do it.
You're
There's-
like, I'm a handyman. You're
Yeah,
like,
but there's things I can't do. Didn't I get someone to put the water filter in and the bidet or whatever? The bidet, because I didn't know how. So
okay, you're fantastic. You're really good. I'm
No,
I'm
I
happy to
mean-
be with you. I'm lucky to be with you.
no, yes, you are. I'm lucky. We're lucky we're together.
We're lucky we're together.
No, but you don't think that. You think, oh, I'm a psychologist now. You think you're a psychologist. Like even you try to analyze, you know, you got to just accept
Who am I analyzing?
me nonstop. Acceptance. That's what you don't have.
It is true. This is the thing. I know this is true. I have to accept it and figure out how to just move on with it.
You're
I
doing
can't
good.
try to change, and I can't. But it is very difficult when sometimes it feels like I don't deserve that.
Well, and I say I don't deserve that too. I don't deserve.
But
to be
what is
loved.
it that I don't do for you that you need me to do for
You
you?
do everything you need to do, but you
So then
tear down what
I'm
I
just
do.
holding
So
you
you're-
to a standard that I'm
I don't
holding you
ask-
too high of a standard is what you're saying. Because
you
because
don't
for
look at-
you,
no, you
when
bring up
you
the
say
negative.
when you say
you
to
s-
me like, "Oh, do my sheets, wash my
No.
sheets and put them on my bed."
once in a while, yeah.
Do I
thank
do
you.
it?
Yeah.
And do I complain?
Well, no, but you bring it back in my face.
No, I'm using it as an example. I don't mind doing it because I love you and I want you to be happy and I want you to be comfortable.
Well, they're pretty dirty now.
And so anything that you ask me to do,
Not anything. That's not true.
absolutely anything that you ask me to do, I do.
No, and me too. And
Absolutely
anything
that you ask me to do, I do.
And same with me. Anything you say.
No,
to-
I don't. No,
Yes,
that's not
That's
true.
true. It's 90.
When I say, "Can you help me take some of this stuff to the car?" You take it
You
as an
didn't-
insult.
No, you didn't.
And you go, and as Kathy said, I'm saying you're not a good person.
No.
That's what you
that's
hear.
Who your psychologist is.
Yes. Yes. She's saying that you think I'm saying you're not a good person.
Whatever.
Which is not what I'm saying. I'm saying, please help. Sometimes I'll say, please help. Let's say whatever the situation is. And instead of helping, he'll go, I help all the time.
That's not true.
But
You-
instead of just doing it in the moment, it's like nobody's
There's
questioning all the other times.
You're right. There's certain things you do, I do, we do well.
No, but that doesn't help the situation when you go, there's certain things we both do well. That's not in any way moving the needle. Moving the needle is
The house is perfect. We've went from
that's
one
not
place to another
moving. That's
place.
also not
It's-
moving the needle because you're not hearing my issue.
I'm hearing your issue. I do what I can do
No,
when I can do it. Sometimes you'll ask.
if I ask for help from now on, I want you to do it with a skip in your step because you don't. You get mad. You're
I don't know,
angry.
you're
You
saying-
like.
But you're exaggerating. You're saying
That's
every
not.
time.
That is. If I say
No,
literally anything, you have this weird reaction to it, and then you blow up so quickly.
That's not true.
Like, and then I go, "Why are you so
You're
angry?" And you
saying
go,
that-
"I'm not angry. You're making me angry."
You're saying that every time. So if
But you
ask me-
blow up to like it's you. I've said this before, but there's no middle blow up. It goes right to my kid has been kidnapped. It goes right to the fucking top of anger. For what? Because I said like, oh, you have anxiety going to work.
Yeah, but
You have to get there early. I get it.
that's not. For example, I don't. That's not why I blew up, and you know it. Don't try.
I
to-
don't know why you blew
You
up.
told me the things I didn't do that day when I did 100 things that day. Instead of saying, and not once did you say, "Oh, the garage looks great." Thank
I
you."
did actually. So stop that. That's
but
not
I
true.
did. That day was a nonstop work day for me around the
Well,
house.
then you just
and I
lied.
forgot to
You
do.
just
Okay, I made
lied.
a mistake. You did say it. You said the shelves look good. You know.
I
Whatever.
said many times the garage looks really good. This looks
Now
great.
you've been saying it because it's getting better and better, right? The recycling looks good. The whole thing's looking better, and it's a garage. You know, where we have. What? Don't get mad at me. I'm just.
I'm not
saying.
mad. It's just exhausting.
Yeah,
It's
I'm
exhausting
exhausted.
to be with somebody who's just constantly like,
It's exhausting.
I
to be
don't.
someone-
I will argue
I'm
to
not
the end,
arguing.
to my deathbed, rather than just go. You know what? You do deserve somebody to fucking get you a coffee on your way out the door.
Do I bring you coffee in the morning? I'm
But
just.
the-
Am I more positive towards? Am I more?
Case in point, psychologists. What is that? What is that?
Don't
What
point.
is that? It's every time before he has to bring up that it's been done. Instead of the moment you need it, you go, could you? I always do.
That's not true. I'm saying.
Nobody's taking away all the
Then
other
look
nice
at
things
the-
that you've done.
Well, look at the positive more than the negative. That's
That,
in
there,
life.
so you're saying basically that if I got this correct, let me know.
What?
The ratio is
I'm more positive.
positive 100, negative 0.
That's not true.
Because if I bring it I can be positive all day long, which I am to you a lot. The minute I say, can you do this or can you help me with that? Or, oh, God,
Not
I'm
all
doing
the
something.
time.
I always do that.
Not all the time. Sometimes, not all the time. I'm not.
I've
perfect.
never ever heard you say, I've never, unless you're
okay.
being a dick about it. Okay, sweetie. Unless you're being a
I
dick
never
about it.
said
You've,
sweetie.
well, whatever. I've never heard you say, like, yeah, sure, no problem, of course.
All the time I do. And sometimes I don't say anything. I just go do it.
Yeah, when you don't say anything, I know what's going through your head.
Oh my, because now you're a mind reader.
Well, people who don't mind do it when you go, hey, could you? Sure, no problem. But you're like, get down here. The TV doesn't work. Get
I
over
didn't say
here.
that.
Do
Oh,
that.
Okay, see, exactly. I went.
But you constantly asking me to come around and help you with things, and I always
and
do.
say, we always both do. I'm going to write them down now if you want. What are you staring at? The table? Who took? I took the table out last night. The old one. I brought it outside.
Thank
I put
you.
it by the garbage.
I appreciate
They would have
that.
just laid there in the garage. The table stand.
I mean, but
Little things, but no. But here you don't. ask
I
me to
do.
I
I
just
see
do
it.
them.
I know, but the same thing. Like, that's crazy.
The pool closing, I call them. I set it up. I did. We both do a lot of stuff.
But why do you think that I don't notice that? Why do you think when I say, could you feed the cat, that I now don't notice all the other things that you do?
Okay.
I just need help sometimes.
You're right, and we both need help. But when I'm doing
What is that?
What-
What
I'm
is
saying,
that? I need
that's
to know
it.
what that is. Where
That's-
he can't just go, you know what? Okay, sure, no problem. What is it?
Okay, no problem. Yes, because I help you 98%.
But
of
he
the
still
time.
has to like. There's something in him where the ego, the wall, it's like the walls are closing in, and he's like, "But I'm good. I'm a good person. I still do great things. I do great
No,
things."
no.
Like the fact that if you say like, "Oh yeah, sometimes I'm a kind of a dick about it." Oh shit! Now you're going to dissolve as a human. Like you. What is that? That's protecting you. What are you getting protected from? That you can't just be like, "Oh." Yeah, like anytime anyone has a criticism, you have to go, here's all the things I do all the time. This is why I'm a decent human worthy being.
I am.
Yes, we know that. But that's the thing is like having a couple of little complaints about you doesn't negate all the other great things about you.
Well, then-
If I were to say,
Well,
okay,
how
so
about
next
start
time I
off-
want you to take the garbage out, do I have to say, I know you've done this, 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 this,
No.
this. Thank you. You're amazing. Could you now take the garbage out?
How about maybe you start a podcast like, oh man, you guys got to see the garage and the work Rich did in the garage. It's amazing. Why don't you ever start
Okay.
something like that? A
Okay,
positive
okay.
note, not
As
a
I said
negative.
before, I will do it, but it is so difficult for whatever reason to give compliments to someone who needs it so badly.
I don't need I just need to live life on a daily basis. Whatever comes my way.
So
I
no
handle it.
compliments and no negativity.
No,
You're
you
fine
can-
with that.
I could take compliments and I could take negativity.
But even that, like, sometimes you won't even wait until someone gives you a compliment before you're like,
Same with you. You walked in with she's making a jacket, and I go, it looks great. 10 times she's walked in, I go, it looks great, right? I go, it looks good, but you're not even going to wear it when it's done. And she goes, you're right. Okay, so she wants,
yeah, but if I said that to you, you would you'd flip out.
what would I flip out?
I don't
said,
know if
no,
that would be considered a negative thing.
no. Also
I
said-
enjoy doing it.
and I kept saying how good it looks, which it did look good.
Yeah.
I
I
go-
mean, first of all, he says I exaggerate. I showed him once the
Twice.
jacket.
No, two or three times.
Or maybe there was some new additions.
Yeah,
to it.
every time you could put a new stitch in, you run into my room.
That's not true.
Yeah.
But
Well, look-
he has no idea how difficult it is. But it doesn't matter. I appreciate that you took the time to look at my jacket and
I didn't
say
take any
good
time.
job.
I looked over. Go, oh, yeah,
Okay,
looks
so
good.
I'm sorry if that was like a lot.
Oh, see, you're turning it around.
I'm not
and
turning it
saying-
around. I'm just saying, like, I don't know what this story represents, that I need a lot of compliments.
But they're compliments that, whatever. All I know is I go, it looks good. It's going to turn out good, and you're never going to wear it. And she goes, you're right. So, but whatever. We went and bought a new,
No.
what?
We're gonna end it pretty quick, so let's not
What?
get into that.
Because am I right or wrong about it? Or are we both right or wrong? It looks good now. You're looking at it.
Listen, this guy will spend an enormous amount of time in a thrift store looking for the exact right table, and we love that about him. He's really dedicated
No.
to finding the right thing. Thank God we have him in our lives. He then dealt with the guy, paid for it. He took the car around the back. Him and the other guy put it in the back. They couldn't fit two chairs in, so I did have to go back and get the two chairs afterwards. But we put it into the garage together. He got the old table out. I helped him with that a little bit, but he did almost everything himself. He glued the table together, and then
No,
he
one piece. I think
and that.
it was a loose piece. It wasn't like a table you glued together.
Oh, okay. So you're just yeah. It's a very well made table. Just had a little issue with it that he fixed up, and then put the top on it, and then put it into the kitchen last night, and it looks fantastic. And thank God we have him in our lives.
That's and then I
We
come
would be
in.
living without a table.
No.
So this is the kind of thing you can expect from being married to a handyman. It just.
You're-
It's like you wake up in the morning, you go, nothing can go wrong. nothing can go wrong because there's someone in my life who can fix it if it does. So we are truly grateful, happy to have him in our lives, and he brings joy and light to everything he does. He was whistling at one point, just singing a little song to himself, putting that table. He wasn't upset or angry or anything. So that was a really nice, wonderful. And that's not all he did that day, by the way. That was just one of the many things he did yesterday. He did a lot. He did a lot of stuff.
Yesterday was a big day, right? I bought a car yesterday.
He bought a car. He took the front license off. I don't know why. He's going to put it in his. Now, do you think, I wish we could put up a thing here. What looks better? A license plate on a front grill.
A great, beautiful grill that makes the car.
Or in the windshield.
In the right-hand corner.
Well, it's not going to be in front of your face. I think in the windshield looks trashy, personally, but he has different ideas. But he does know a lot about cars. I don't know anything about cars or aesthetics of cars. He really knows his shit there. He's looked around. He's done the research. He goes, oh, no, if you have a lot of money, you put your license plate in the windshield.
Sure,
that's what you do. If you want people to think you're a high roller, license plate in the front window. So he knows.
If you have,
is that what you want?
If you
did you like that?
Yeah, your little monologue, that was pretty nice. But if you have a beautiful grill, you don't want to cover it up with a license plate. That's what makes that car, is the grill.
Okay, so that's upsetting to have to put a license plate over a grill.
A nice grill.
But isn't it more upsetting to have a beautiful new car and to have the license plate in the window?
In the right hand, you can't even notice it hardly.
When I see stuff like that, I'm like, that guy beats up people for a living. That's what I see. I go, well,
for a living or for fun?
Yeah, I don't know. For fun, I guess. Yeah, that guy is that reads to me as a red flag of anger. I don't know why, but a license plate in the window means don't fuck around with that guy on the freeway.
Do you want to go see Beetlejuice tonight? Oh,
I have to go to New York.
You're not sure? He never got back to you.
He did get back to me.
What did he say?
He said, come to New York.
Why? Tell me later. All right, we got to go. This Saturday, I'll be at Roar Comedy Club, Springfield, Mass.
He's not going to just come to Roar Comedy Club in Springfield, Mass. He's going to do a lot of stuff before he gets in that car.
Yeah, well, I have Friday
to go
night.
to the airport. Okay.
I'm not going to the airport. I'm driving, and I have a show Friday.
You're driving to Springfield?
To Mass. By Boston. I'm driving to Boston. You don't fly to Boston. You see that spit fly out of my mouth?
What? It's like 6 hours.
No, it isn't. It's 4 hours to Boston. Then it's like driving to D.C. or whatever. And then, well, Friday I'm doing a rehab. Saturday, Roar Comedy Club. Then next week I'm in Ocean City. I got to work all the way in Ocean City, then drive home that night and fly the next day to Michigan. Next week's going to be hell. And I said I play in this golf outing Monday, which I really don't want to. I don't like the course.
Mr. Positive.
No, but I said yes to the person.
So when you say yes to something,
it's a good cause.
Then you align with it and stop being negative. There's no reason to say yes to stuff and then not want to do it. You got to trick yourself into some reason that you want to do it.
Yeah, because it's for a good cause.
Oh, there you go. It'll be fun.
So go to richvoss.com for all my dates. Pretty good podcast. I like Bonnie's monologue at the end because she was making fun, but it's the truth. What she was saying is the truth, and sometimes the truth hurts. Not me, but it might hurt her for saying those positive, nice things.
You're just listening to your own voice now. You know that, right? Why would that hurt me? It's because you're delusional.
Bonnie has a nice new haircut too. When it's made up, it came out nice. We were all complimenting it at the stand, and Bonnie came up to me at the stand and goes, Somebody likes my style the best. Look at her crazy eyes.
It's not crazy eyes.
Remember that crazy eyes? Oh, we watched Full Metal Jacket, the first half again.
Okay. Listen, if you don't have anything to say, you don't have to use those flappers. Okay. You could just be like, "Hey."
Yeah, well,
But you're like,
I got to do
it's worse than listening. I don't even know what it is. It's like, what are you doing? What are you doing? Do you want to be funny? Say something funny. Say something funny if you want to be funny. You want to make fun of me to end on it? A high note? Go ahead.
Oh, well, I'm going to tell you what.
But to be like, we watched Full Metal Jacket. I have nothing to say about it.
Well, I was going to get your opinion on it when I brought it up.
I love
Stanley Kubrick.
I was trying to think of how you said it. He goes Stanley Kubrick.
No,
yeah, he goes
Kubrick.
Stanley Kubrick.
It's Kubrick.
Right.
I did. I had a funny joke yesterday.
Okay, let's hear it.
They were talking about cold plunges, and I said I took one last night. I jumped in bed with Bonnie. Cold plunge.
I told you how to make that joke better, but
Yeah, but yours is dirty, and I try not to be dirty.
that's so insane.
I got more clean stuff than dirty stuff. I do have more clean stuff than dirty stuff.
What is that?
That's me. Because
I didn't say anything about him being dirty.
No,
I just said that's insane. That's all I said. You're an adult. It's in an adult comedy club. You can say fucking dirty shit.
Know, but
and you have in the past many times said crazy dirty shit.
Yes, I know, but I'm perceived as a dirty act when I'm more clean.
Then just do what you do. They're going to perceive you however they perceive you. It doesn't matter.
But sometimes you don't get work.
Is Louis C.K. a dirty act? He has a lot of fucking dirty shit. It doesn't matter.
People's perception is wrong a lot of times.
Well, that you don't have to. The worst thing you can do in life
I don't try to change.
is try to.
I don't try to please them. I do what I do.
If you're not going to please your wife, then don't please the audience. That's my motto.
Is that a new?
And the
motto?
joke should be, I did a cold plunge last night. I fucked my wife. Much funnier. Goodbye.
Is that how you end it now?
Later. Ciao.
Peace.
My Wife Hates Me podcast, hosted and created by Rich Voss and Bonnie McFarlane, produced by Nick Collette. Find us wherever you get your podcasts.
This jackass Jew. Some people say that opposites attract, but this seems more like a suicide pact. He's totally sober, she's not that drunk. He's really old and she's got some spunk. He's totally holy as an asinine bomb, and she's just a little less dumb. She really hates him, it's really true. But somewhere deep down, she loves him too.